it is Lord Haywire. I am streaming some game creation, and we're working on our 2D 4X game. Sometimes I call it the 4D 2X game, not on purpose. So right now, it is set to, well, this map looks incredibly boring and ugly and horrible. I made it bigger so we could see how ugly this thing is. And instead of doing the code stuff today, we're going to work on making this a little better. I took some time ahead of time to do some tests. And so what we're going to do here is, I got to get to my desktop over here, is we're going to use paint.net, and we're going to use some graphics I found. So I think I found this graphic, and it's not layered, so I can't get rid of the lines. But we're going to do it with the lines on there. Like, we're going to cut out each county, because each one of these counties, they're not real. They're a few real counties saved in one spot. And one day I'm going to hire an artist. So basically we have Oregon. Let's see if I can find the actual. I see Washington. I don't see Idaho. Did I not save Idaho? It doesn't look like I saved Idaho, but that'll be easy to find. So then I also I cut out one already. So this is, if you look at this is the Portland area. And let me make sure I'm actually streaming. Whoops, that's Discord. We don't want Discord. Let's go to this thing, and I am actually streaming. Okay. So this is the, see, these are the lines I'm talking about. This is the actual, what we're calling Portland. This is really just, this is the Portland County, or Multnomah, or whatever. But we're using that. And so the issue that I found, and it doesn't look like I saved Idaho, but we'll download Idaho in a second here. So this is not the one. Let's delete this so I don't have the multiple here. This one here, this is the one that I'm using to cut out the counties for Oregon. And then I found one that was for Washington, but you see the color is slightly different. See how it's slightly different? So I think we might, and I'll show you the site that I'm using. It's weird that I didn't download Idaho. But so we have these two. We're gonna cut out these things, and it makes it look a lot better. It's still ugly as fuck, but it makes it look a lot better. So let's first download Idaho. I think it was like Idaho creative. No, it was Idaho wiki map. See, it's this SVG right here. See, look how brown this one is. Let's download, and we can do the full resolution, save link as, and we'll save it directly into my desktop here. And I have, oh, maybe it's my downloads. Anyways, this is not my desktop. This is my desktop. Temp BS. Oh, it is here. It just doesn't. It's because it's an SVG. No, I don't want to replace it. So let's start with the first thing, which is we have. Well, let's put let's put this guy in. So originally I was going to leave this water here, but it looks pretty bad with the water. So what we're going to do is, I don't really have the tools or the skills to be, I'm not an artist. And so that's why I said I want to hire an artist eventually. But I have paint.net, and that's what I've been using. Everything's very slow on my computer. I should have rebooted. I don't know. It's like 150 degrees here in Portland. So what we're going to do is we're just going to delete this part. We're going to delete the water first. We might be able to use the magic thing. Let's see. No. It does have a threshold thing. Yeah, it's not going to really work. It might be faster just to, we're going to leave that water. We just want to get rid of whatever river this is, the Columbia. Portland. I should know this. I live in Portland. My brain is slowly turning to stone, though. Then we'll just use the erase tool on here. And I want the hardness to be 100%, and we'll go up to, like, I don't know, 50. 50 might be a little bit big, but we'll get rid of some of this stuff. And I think, I can't see it, but I think I remember when I was testing, because I did one test to see if this was even worth the time, and it makes it look a lot better. We're gonna do this one, and we're going to 50 is too big. We're gonna do this one, and we're gonna put in the Oregon like background map. We're gonna replace those white terrible maps, and then we're gonna do the Washington one to see how it looks. Maybe we should do that first. Oh, you know what? I think I already have one of these saved. Oh no, I just have it's called a PDN. I just have the Oregon one. Let's save this real quick. Make sure that it's as high as possible. Where are we saving this to? I don't want to. Oh, you know what? This is because this was what is this thing? This is a PNG. This is a straight edit of the PNG. Let's do this first. Let's go to the background. Whoops. And we're going to switch Oregon in, because I already did Oregon, I'm pretty sure. We just looked at it a second ago. It is going to be Oregon PNG. That's this one that we just looked at. All right, so let's put this in. Let's replace this. We're going to go to our sprites. We're going to delete this one, which is going to cause an issue. And we're going to put in this PNG right here. And we're going to rename. Don't worry about that thing. That's just some bug. And there actually isn't. There is an update for Unity. That's a Unity bug, not a. Yeah, stop whatever you're doing. It's a Unity bug, not a bug in my thing here. So we're going to look for Oregon. Well, that's the one. And so the other thing that's going to be a huge bummer here is that the scale is going to be different between these two. So we're going to have to like kind of fuck around to get this to fit. But I'm going to leave. So this is another thing is I'm going to kind of, this is 1-to-1 here. I think we should just, leave this as 1. And since I'm cutting out the different parts, I mean, we could put it 50%. Let's go 50. And Z doesn't matter. And why is this position so crazy? Let's reset this to 0. I don't even know where it went now. It's long gone. Why the fuck is it up there? Why are these so far off? What a weird thing to have happen. All right, we'll do 0 and we'll see we'll have to move the camera over there too. In fact, we'll move the camera right now. This is weird that the camera's off. Well, wait. It likes to be at -10. I don't know why. Yeah, that's why is this thing oh, because this background is all, gotcha. Reset that thing. There we go. So, like I said, we're going to have to fuck with the scale, which is going to be kind of a pain in the ass. We can turn off these counties temporarily, and we'll turn off this ocean background. We probably don't need that anymore. So now we just have this map here, and we're going to try to stick Washington up above, but we might have to make this black and white. I think that's probably what we're going to have to do. But let's look at Washington, because we just saw that, Washington has it's a JPEG. Washington was that different color. We're going to open this with paint.net, and we're going to use the magic tool thing a bunch here. The magic wand tool. Hopefully, we're just going to whoops, we want the ocean actually. Let's start with this guy here. We'll probably have to fuck with the threshold a bunch. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of time here. 45. We might have to manually do that part. But we can get rid of Idaho here. Nope. Get rid of Canada. Get rid of whatever this is, Alaska. Alaska doesn't go over here. Um, actually, do we want to leave Alaska for right now? Or whatever that is? My geography is turned to shit. The older I get, the worse I am at everything. Um, so let's cut this. I think we'll leave this here temporarily, and we want to leave this ocean in as well. The reason why we're doing this right now is because um, we want to make sure that this is going to look okay. We might have to turn it black and white, like I said. So we're at 25. Let's go back up to 50 here, and we'll just like blast this stuff. And then we'll like cut this out. We're going to turn this into a PNG as well. The biggest issue I have with this is I hold down the button too long, and I need to like train myself to let up on it because you can go back. If you make a mistake, you can go back with Control Z, but it remembers all of your settings. I wish you also could change this. I can't. I don't think you can. I wish you could change this to a square, not a circle. But whatever. I'm sure somebody who's a skilled person who has Photoshop, we're working with the shittiest tools that I can, not that I can find. This is the best tools I can find, but it's not. And we're gonna go straight to this line because remember, Oregon is going to be the other part, but we do want to keep the ocean so that people can know that there's ocean, and we're going to add ocean to the game eventually. Right now, we're just doing the very basics of everything. I'm just going to kind of we'll come back and get the most of this stuff. Yeah, I think we'll leave that there for now. We'll see how it looks. It might look fucking terrible. This is when you got to have, do we want to leave that? I don't think, but then Um, we'll come back and clean that up as well. It doesn't have to look perfect. It just has to look better than it did before, which I think it will. I think it will look a lot better. Just gonna go here, and I don't know if we'll be able to finish all the counties today, but I usually only stream for 3 hours. Get rid of this crap because Idaho is gonna be here. We're gonna do Idaho next, and then we'll slap the counties that we're currently using in the game into here. See, it's hard to see. There's probably, yeah, so I'm missing a bunch of stuff. We'll probably want to import this because when you import it, it actually will show you. We might be able to do it with the, let's see, if we click here, I can't tell what it's selected and what it hasn't selected. Yeah, that didn't help. But we could do maybe edits. Inverse, there it was. Invert selection. Yeah, that didn't. I was hoping it would just get that part. Okay, so that's not going to help us really. I'm sure, like I said, somebody who has some Photoshop skills or whatever. It's been a long time, and I haven't owned Photoshop in years. It's too expensive, man. I'm just kind of going over this part because I can't see that there's, and then we'll zoom in more. We just want to get the bulk with this 50 here, and then we'll have Washington. Then we'll compare it, and if it looks bad, whoops, if it looks bad, then we'll go back. We'll make it black and white. I think it's probably gonna look bad. I mean, besides, it's gonna look better, but not great. But I mean, with the different because it has a different color scheme. And Idaho has that brown color, but I don't know if that's because Idaho is just a fucking wasteland of trash. What do we got going here? We need to get rid of this stuff. We need it just to that line. Yeah, we're gonna have to go smaller brush now and go back through everything. So this will take a while, but hopefully, like I said, we can get this done in 3 hours. It'll kind of give me a judge of how much it would take for a real artist, because they're probably going to do this in half the amount of time. Um, 25 is too big still. Let's go to 15. 15 is still kind of big. Boring stuff. I guess it's not that boring. It's it's similar to watching someone code, you know? It can be a little tedious. And once again, like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're not going to look at it this zoomed in, but we want to get it to look better than it did. You know, we can't leave all this green shit here. Leaving the ocean makes it a lot more difficult, but I think the leaving the ocean will be a boon in the long term. Eventually, we'll cut out the ocean nations. Oceans will be counties themselves, and that's how you'll move your navies around. I can't get in there yet, so we'll go back through once again after this, and with the even smaller one. I mean, that looks like something we can hit with the magic wand. Well, I guess kind of. Um, yeah. Luckily, there's a Control V Z. No, gotta use the eraser tool. Oh, we still got that thing selected there. Just want to get just to the very black line here. Oh, wait. Do we? Fuck, I don't. Oh. Does the Oregon one have the water in it? We might have to redo this. We want the water on these ones. Shit. Oh no. Okay, it's not that big of a deal. We can just go Control Z back. We want the water on the big maps. Keep going back here. Keep going. How many backs can you save? All right, that's I think where we were at. Did we cut out any major water? I think we did. Maybe we should start over. Let's start over. Don't save. Washington. Yeah, so on this site that I went to download, Idaho, it has Idaho in SVG, it has Oregon in SVG. It doesn't. It has a JPEG of Washington. It's different. In California, it was also different because I decided just to check. Um, it shouldn't take too long. So with mistakes, you know, and like I said, I think we should keep that. Turn the threshold down some here. We don't want this shit. And when I say the water, I just mean the river right here is what we want because we're going to actually be looking at it. I don't know what the... I was trying to right click. Don't Fear the Reaper just came on. I would really wish, I know I say this every stream, but I really wish you guys could listen to the music with me. Such a bummer. All right, let's go back to this eraser bullshit. It's middle mouse, but it's got to be like that water we don't want. We just want the water that is the river, like I said. This is going to be, we're going to have an overlay on top of this thing. This is just a background image so that it looks less, um, like that horrible white shit that it currently looks like. Man, we should probably save this. So we don't have to go temp BS JPEG. No, I want to save it as a PNG. And then we're going to go Washington is what we're going to call it. We're going to make sure this is set as high as possible. I broke my rule last time where we, I'm always like save every second, and I didn't do it. I guess it wouldn't have helped because I would have saved over. So like this water, we don't want this water, but we want this water. In that water. In the ocean water. And then like I said, we'll come back and nail this with a smaller tool. In a second. We don't want these rivers. Man, I was talking to the guy at Coffee the other day. It used to, the river, like Oregon and I assume Washington is like going to the river is like a big deal here. It's like going to the ocean in California, and it is so fucking crowded. Every time I haven't been there in like 5 years because every time it's like wall to wall people. It just makes me feel like there's too many humans around. It's just so, and I'm shocked that people have fun. And I mention all that, like I say, but there's so many people, and they're like, yeah, no, that sucks. Nobody likes the fact that there's a bazillion people. Um, yeah, maybe we didn't need to restart there. Maybe that was a waste. Getting this. I used to watch these occasional videos of people making art in paints. Not this paint, but the original paint. It was kind of, they would speed it up. It was kind of relaxing to just. I wouldn't actually like. I would have them on the other monitor so I could glance at them. Um, there was one that like had a 9 Inch Nails song playing. And Every day is exactly the same, and I think is actually the song that was. What is this spacing part? I never mess with that. What does that thing do? Oh no, it doesn't seem to do. Oh, what? What was that? 15? Whatever it does, I don't like it. Fucking Canada. Fucking Canada. I hate those guys. Whoa. Got a little bit of the border there. See, that's gonna be another issue. Is we're gonna have Canada and Mexico in this, and it's gonna be hard to find graphics that are exactly the same because they have different government agencies and stuff that are doing this stuff. So it's gonna be like with the same color. It's the same issue that we had with Oregon and Washington here, that it's their different color scheme. Um, and like I said, there is a point. This is just temporary to make it look a little bit better because it's kind of like grinding my soul every time I hit play on the game. I just like sit there and go, "What the fuck is this?" it's it's so fucking ugly. It's hard to even my vivid imagination. Like I make up a story for fucking everything, and I can't do it with these blocks of shit color. Um, And like I said, I think this is going to be a different scale as well. So what are we going to do with this section here? Let's go down to like 15 probably, hopefully. 10. Oh, 10 is still big. 5. Then we'll go over. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just has to be somewhat better than it used to look. And then when we do, whatever province this is, what is it, Vancouver? Um, when we do Vancouver, it will overlap this, and we won't need it. We actually won't even see the top of this, but we're gonna redraw or move the not redraw. We're gonna move the camera around. I kind of want to get this little island out of here, so let's do it. We're not even gonna be able to see this. I don't know why I care. I shouldn't care. Um, Yeah, and this is on like the media wiki free thing. So that's the thing. It's also I got to find copyright free images, and then like Google owns fucking everything. It feels like it's not true. There's a whole map web series of map websites that I didn't know existed until I started doing this. But a lot of it is used by geologists, archaeologists. No, not archaeologists. Maybe archaeologists. Um, People that have taken school classes on what this is for. Once again, we don't really need this to be that. We're not going to be able to see this Canada shit. Um, but let's try to make it not too shitty. So there's like a whole group of people. So there's a whole like schooling that you can take to learn about how to these maps. You can put in coordinates and stuff. But then like the biggest issue, because I wanted to do this without these county lines on here, it's me trying to, I can put the our counties versus their counties on top of it, and then try to draw, and it's just too hard and time consuming for what we're trying to go for here, which is just some basic. It's just some basic shit to make it look slightly better. Once again, like I said, we're gonna hire a artist. I did talk to one of my friends who's an artist who does this type of stuff, and um, she can't help but she pointed out some stuff because we looked at CK3 as an example of what is how we want the map to look, and she noticed in CK3 like immediately that CK3 doesn't have like a perfect map. Sometimes the lines are don't follow perfectly. They don't. It's kind of surprising. Like if you look at the next time you play CK3, look at the edges of the map. Sometimes they've like drift into the county next to them. Sometimes like when you highlight something, the highlight isn't perfect, circular, around. So it's like it's stuff that I never noticed before because it's unimportant. Okay, that water we want to leave there. I don't know what that is. We'll get rid of that. See, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. Um, the pixies have just started playing. All that water we want to leave. We don't want this. I see that speck. This water we all want to leave. I see this speck right there. I'm probably missing so many of those. My monitor's slightly filthy too. Now we're leaving that. So like I'm like trying to erase stuff and it's dust on my monitor. I'm sure like a pro could do this in 2 seconds. And it's kind of fun. I used to make D&D maps with like Dungeon Draft and stuff, which can be very tedious, but it's also pretty fun, especially towards the end when you get like at the beginning your map's just a big fucking blob. Um, the problem I have with that, it takes so much time, and my players don't give a shit about the quality of the map. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. Let's save this shit. I feel like I saw a speck over here somewhere. Go back up to 50 and just nail this area real quick. When I say this is looking pretty good, yeah, there was something. I mean, it's looking okay. For our purposes right now, it's looking okay. Yeah, so it takes so much time to make all those maps in Dungeon Draft. You might as well just learn how to program, and that's literally what I was like. Fuck it, I'm just gonna learn Unity instead of tediously working on all these maps. All right, we're going to leave that there. I'm not sure how it will look. Let's save this thing. And we already saved it as a PNG. Yes, we probably should have saved it as a whatchamacallit first. Okay, so we have Oregon. We're going to delete this sprite of Washington, because that was just that white map thing. And then we have this PNG. We're going to drop that over here. And we haven't got a bunch of errors, but we should in a second here. And it kind of sucks that it, even though I renamed that one, yeah, it doesn't. Okay, so where are you, Washington? Whoops, we want to go to here. You're way over there. Resets. Yeah, so see how Washington, this is 0.5 for Oregon, and Washington is at its normal size and it's much smaller. So like I said, the scale is going to be all fucked up because they're not from the same person. So this is going to be the challenge. Let's put this at 2. And then let's see. We can turn off these things. The gizmos. Let's make this thing really small. We're going to need some, this is a different, this is different than normally we're doing programming and shit. So we need all these. I don't think we're going to need these that much. We'll make this bigger. I wish I had a bigger monitor. We are going to need to be able to see the scale though. Okay, so that's 2 and this is half. Oh, you can see some shit I missed right there. So maybe 1.5. Oof, that's close. That's close. It's, what is, whoops. I need to look at a map here. Actually, we probably have. I just wanted to see where this edge, like, is it a like perfect line, or is it this gibber, this garbage? See, the color difference is pretty significant. Okay, so 1.55 is close. See, even the water color difference is pretty significant. 1.6. Oof, that's close. I mean, that's pretty close. All right, so let's look at this. The ocean is even a different color. What order is this? Let's put this on 10. Let's put you on 15. Man, see those little dots? That's really annoying me. Oh, there's another one over here. I don't see any of those for Washington. Okay, so let's do this instead. Let's see how this looks with black and white. So let's go with Washington PNG. Washington's okay. Whoops, we want to open this in paint.net. It's not the normal paint. Paint.net, where are you? It's like some free online. Like I said, I have limited tools here. Whoa, I also got like a bunch of eye slime. This one seemed okay with the. Oh, we could. Well, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Let's go to image. No, it's like adjustments. Yeah, let's make it black and white. Let's file. Save as Washington, black and white. Then let's go back to Unity and let's delete this. Let's leave that Washington, the color Washington there. Let's put this one and let's replace this with this. Okay, so that looks pretty fine. It looks fine. It doesn't look great, but it looks fine. All right, then let's go into here. We have this Washington PNG here. Let's open that with paint.net. Let's also make, oh wait, no, not Washington. We need Oregon. Oregon PNG paint.net. And let's throw some, there's those specs. That's 50? Oh yeah, because this thing's fucking giant. That's 300. Let's get rid of any specs up here. Because there were some specs. We also could, see, this map is just superior to the other map. Um, oh shit! Got carried away. Yeah, this map is far superior to the other one. I couldn't find an SVG though. Okay, so let's save this one. And then let's turn it into black and white. Then let's save as. Come on. Then let's actually rename this. Where is it? It's this one. We're going to rename that. I know you guys can't see that. It's fine. We're going to delete this Oregon because it has those weird specs. We're going to put in this Oregon and we're going to put in, where's my black and white Oregon? And Oregon is 0 for some reason. We've just, because that's where I live. We've made Oregon the most important place. We're going to change this sprite to the black and white Oregon for now. Okay, so that is, so now we have, let's add an Idaho. The fuck is this? Oh, that's the edge. Let's, it looked like some gibberish. Let's add in, well, let's add in Idaho. No, let's add in Portland, what we're calling Portland County. And you'll see what I'm going for here. This does need to be edited. So let's open this with paint.net. Just a little bit. See, this one's significantly smaller because I cut it out of that other one. And we're going to cut out a bunch of shit. 25 is probably good. See, with this one, it's kind of like, you know, the river is the border, so it's a little weird. So we're going to get rid of this, like, kind of little weirdness here. Once again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be. We don't want the river on this one, but we want it on the background ones, which making it black and white isn't that great then. I guess we could just not stress about the color. This actually doesn't look. This is actually fine, I think. Let's get rid of that little bit. This is fine, I think. This we're going to leave in color. We're going to save this thing. Where are you saving? Then we're gonna bring in, and I think I have it by state or something over here. Yeah, we have the actual counties here. We're gonna delete this white one, and we're gonna rename this Portland, Oregon, and we're gonna put this in here. And this we want color, like I said. And then we're gonna go to Portland, and we're going to edit this missing sprites, and we're going to go Portland. It's not a screen capture. Uh, it's not a screen capture stream unless somebody messages me on Steam while I'm streaming. It's just how it is. Okay, so this we know. So I cut this out of this same map, so we know that it's 0.5 and then 0. So this is the actual thing, but now we have to move to where it's supposed to be. So I think it's right here. And this is, you know, a conglomeration of counties, and you're like, why is it all red and fucking ugly and shit? That's the plan, man. Okay, so then if we hit play, oh, our camera is not in the right spot. But see, now it looks like we have, with the color in there and the color of, see what I'm saying? Like it makes the map look way more like a map. And we have these other ones, so we can replace these with the color ones if we need to right away. But we'll do cowlets next. We'll cut out cowlets. Sorry, I gotta get this notification off here. Um, we'll do cowlets next, which is up here. And you know, if we turn this on, well, it's off from where it's supposed to be. Cowlets goes like around here somewhere. Oh, it's completely off. This is gonna be like 1.6. Well, it's a different map. Um, it makes it look way more like you're interacting with a map. But let's put Idaho in, and then we also will know. Well, let's look at the game actually. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. What have I done? Let's hit stop here. I want the game back at the bottom. How do I do that? There we go. So see what I mean? Like this looks way better than that white piece of shit that we were doing. Even though it's still a piece of shit, this water isn't working out quite as good as I wanted it to. But let's do Idaho next. I mean, maybe we should just leave this color and not worry about it, but we'll see. This one's done. Except for I see this little thing. All right, let's save that. Let's close this. And we might have to go through. I said let's close this. There we go. We'll do Idaho next. Maybe we will put it all into color. We don't need that open. Let's go over to here. Idaho is an SVG. And what was I doing to convert these? I don't think I can open this in Paint. I think I was opening it here. Inkscape. Once again, all free stuff because I don't have the money for this shit. I can't be paying for Photoshop. That's not Idaho. Yeah, that's Oregon. Here's Idaho. You know, I'm going to search one more time for this Washington. Yeah, there it is. Relief map Washington. See, it's the wrong one. Yeah, see that one's the JPEG. Etsy. Etsy does have fuck. I don't even know what Etsy is at this point. It's such a bizarre. Yeah, I don't see it. These ones, I think they deliberately turn them a little bit so that they're harder for you to grab and steal. Um, this one is. Wait, maybe they don't. There was some that I saw that were like really oddly turned when I was looking for these. Yeah, there isn't one. Media, Wikimedia Commons is what we're looking for here. Washington State, and then the other issue is that it's a fucking. There's two Washingtons because we're Americans are generally under original. I don't know. All right, there's none. All right, let's just do Idaho here. Oh, I said open. Did it never open? And open with Inkscape. Oh, it must have opened, then I closed it or something. And we're going to save as a PNG. Where are you, Mr. PNG? We might have to export it to PNG. Export PNG image. I didn't do this last time. I don't know what the. How did I convert these things then? Maybe I did it online. So is this, no, this is still an SVG. I think I did it online. Here's an export. Export. Oh, I wanted, okay, that export as. The title's down here. I wonder if these are the best settings. Well, we'll see here. Here it is. Even though I called it Idaho, it still gave it its name. Idaho's awful brown, man. In Idaho, we're not actually doing much with currently. Close without saving. We just need it in a background thing. So whoops. Actually, So all we're doing is we're just cutting it out. We're gonna open this with Paint.net. We're gonna cut all this shit out. Same thing as before. We'll use the magic wand, and we'll try to get as much. So here's Oregon and Washington. Luckily, Idaho goes all the way, over both states, so it's a good border. And then we're gonna rearrange the camera too. I think I already mentioned that. Man, you should see like the Wisconsin, um, those square states in their counties. Like, look at these counties. These gray lines are the counties. They're like, some of them are squarish or whatever. Some of them like follow rivers, and okay, these ones don't. This probably follows some mountain range or something. The ones that are in the Kansas and shit, they're just a bunch of squares, but they're not like squares in like a normal human now would draw squares. It's like there are all these little weird squares. It's bizarre. That like some horse trading was going on where certain stuff was. Um, of the 300. So this one should be the same scale. It's not the same scale as the other one. Motherfucker. We'll just get rid of this O. Man, I should have hit that with the magic wand some more. We might have to magic wand this again, and then we definitely don't want any of this crap. I should have. Oh, I think I did. Yeah, I left the color ones on there. I'm not sure if I like the black and white stuff. Even though the colors are different, we might stick with the color background. It kind of shows, though, what part of the game is done. There's so little of this game is done. Yeah, we might magic wand that shit out of there and this shit out of there. This doesn't take that long. It's going to be cutting out the counties. It's going to take a real amount of time. Um, like I said, I think a real artist would know how to use, they would have Photoshop. They would know how to use these tools a lot better than me. They would be using the magic wand better. They'd be using, well, with Photoshop, I swear to God, with Photoshop, you can hold down like control in magic wand, just like a bunch of shit all in a row, like really fast. Because I used to use Photoshop pretty regularly. Um, Not like as a professional or anything, but just to like I put out a couple of magazines and things when I was younger. Um, yeah, I think there's a much better and faster way to do it. Yeah, but back then, Photoshop was a single purchase. You didn't have to pay for it every fucking month. And there was also, piracy. You may still be able to pirate uh, Photoshop, but I'm not going to stream and pirate with pirated stuff. Um, Seems like a bad idea. You always see all these things where there's people like broadcasting their crimes these days, and it's very odd to me. And eventually, this game will take place all of North America. We could do all of the world, but with my napkin math or whatever the fuck they call it, it's North America is gonna be about 500 counties, and that's kind of a lot. I'm worried that we're gonna have issues with performance, even with that many counties. I think whatchamacallit, um, oh, I should have magic wand that shit. Uh, Crusader Kings has 2,500 counties. Damn, dude, fucking my shit up. I'm also left-handed and I use my mouse with my right hand, and I that's my excuse for not being able to draw with a computer. It's also because I just suck at it. That's I was playing X4 the other day. I was streaming it, and man, I noticed when I like halfway through, no, like right as I was ending the stream, I had a lot of excuses for my sucking, like so many excuses of why I was sucking. I was like, the keyboard's fucked up. Oh my god, this is a new keyboard. The cat's meowing. All right, we're getting there. So I'm curious. So it's 53 minutes in. What is this? I'll just delete it. What is this little thing? Um, what is this little limp dick doing here? Um, I don't know. No one wants to think they suck at video games, but I mean, maybe somebody does. Maybe that's like some weird fetish. Where's the edge of this goddamn place? Is it? It looks like it's the river. Whatever river this is. That's the other thing when you go to the river in Oregon. Let me, which river? And you go, oh, I went to the Columbia. And they're like, what part? And you're like, oh, I went off this. And it's suddenly you're like, every tributary, you gotta get down. Oh, yeah, I know that place. I know that little stretch of river because everyone's been it. Like it's so fucking crowded, and you're always trying to find a place where no one else knows. And when I first moved to Oregon, I don't feel like it was that crowded. Um, I'm one of those terrible Californians who moved to Oregon, so I don't know what that is, but it's going away. Um, my parents rented a car when they were visiting me, and it had California plates, and I was just like, "Good God, you guys want the neighborhood to hate me?" Look at that. That river just dead ends at the border. They built a dam or something. I'm kidding. kidding. I can since I don't get like immediate when you make a joke in real life, you can tell because you're looking at the people if they think it's funny or not. When you're streaming, you don't get that. So like you gotta, I always want to, I can't tell if people can tell that I'm joking. Maybe we can magic wand this fucker right here. Not really. I mean, that's getting something, but it's not what I want. We're almost back around. I don't know. What is this part of Idaho called? This big top. Oh, shit. I thought we were almost done, but no, we are not almost done. We have a ways to go here. We got to go all the way up the big stick here. You know how, like, Texas has the panhandle? Is this the. It's also the panhandle? Oh, that was pretty good. Usually straight lines I'm not very good at. There we go. Man, I'm fucking saving that shit. I feel proud of myself. What is this one? This is just the. Okay. Once again, like there's a point where I'm overdoing. Like we don't give a shit how good this line is. People are no one's gonna be zoomed in this much. I also swear to God, in Photoshop, I used to do my whole screen on the right flashed. I used to do a thing where I'd use the magic wand to select all the junk that I left and delete it. And I can't. It doesn't work on this, and I can't remember how I used to do it anyways. When I say all the junk, like it would work with like these specs. You could get rid of it, but I can't remember how to do it, and or what the I don't have Photoshop either. But it's cool that these tools are free. What I'm using for my little bit of work here. We're just gonna get these big chunks out of here. We'll go back over. That was it's close enough. Man, we got the wand didn't do us very good here. We have to go smaller again. I don't like that one little speck right there. Or that one. Okay, we've come around the bend. That looks pretty straight. Like, look at this county line. Like, what the fuck is going on there? Like, how did that happen? All right, let's go a little smaller. 10 will probably do the trick. Like, obviously this is following something. Like I said, like a trail or like a peak on a obviously this is like the top of a mountain or some shit. This is something, but some of these, I have no idea what they're. At first, when I was first doing this ages ago with that white map, I thought it was just pixelation because I was zoomed out the whole time, and I was like, "Why is this so fucking pixelated?" And if we look at this shit, um, right here, I was like, "This is just some weird pixelation," but no, that's how the county actually is shaped. It's shaped like that. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Like, what is this spec? And once again, this is just so to soothe my mental pain of looking at this crap every time I'm doing, I'm working on the code. I hit play 1,000 times and I'm just like, fuck, this is ugly every fucking time. Also, like on YouTube, it does when I export these to YouTube, I can make my own screen or my thumbnail, but I'm too fucking lazy for that shit. I don't want to spend another half hour for, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes for each video. I just want that shit. So I get a choice of 3 screenshots that YouTube automatically generates, and they're always of this play screen. They're always of this, you know, um, and with the white play screen, it's fucking ugly as shit. The white map. I don't know why I hit play. Um, and I have my Unity to go red like that when it's playing, because at the beginning of me teaching myself Unity, I often would forget that my game was playing, and I would make changes and to the inspector, and then I would hit stop and all those changes are gone. So I have it read like that as a warning to myself to, like, hey, you're in play mode. You know what? That's fine. I think we're actually okay here. Do a let's save this shit again. It's looking pretty good. This is quite a large thing. Let's hit this with the magic wand once and see if it notices any. And then I think we can do this. Then we can crop to selection. There we go. Then we'll save this. And then we're going to adjust this as black and white. And then we're going to save it again. Some Kate Bush just started. And music. Okay, let's move this over here. Go to our sprites. Let's put this here. That's Idaho. Idaho. All right. We don't have an Idaho. We've never put Idaho on here. So we're going to duplicate, I guess. That way we'll at least get the right stuff. We'll rename this Idaho. And I guess we're going to try out black and white. We have both, so just in case. Idaho. We're going to move Idaho. So this one, see how much smaller? Oh, it's 1.6. What did we do with Oregon? Oregon's 0.5. Yeah, they're all different. They're all different scales. It's definitely not 2. Oh, wait, that's wider. Yeah, it's not 2. 2.5 is too much. 2.2, 2.1. Wait, wrong direction. 2.3, 2.4 is looking pretty good. Let's take a look here. Let's do this. Since we know these line up at the top, because Canada's there, let's line this up at the top. Oh, I guess that's actually not going to work. Looks like 2.45 maybe? I wonder why these are all different scale. No, 2.45 is not. It actually looks pretty close. Does Idaho not line up with the bottom of Oregon? Let's take a look here. No, it lines up with the bottom of Oregon. So we got to make this. We didn't do 2.45. 2.41 maybe? Sorry, I'm singing along to Kate Bush there. No, that's too. See, this doesn't reach. It's gotta be. Yeah, all these maps are different. It sucks. So originally what I was looking for was like a map of North America that I could cut out these parts, but it was too hard for me to cut them out accurately, if that makes sense, like around these county lines, even by putting those white maps on there. I think we need to be like 2.3. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but we do want it to not look like shit. See, the whole thing looks like it's off a tiny bit. These lines obviously shouldn't line up. It's like a puzzle. It's not lined up though. Like that looks like it's pretty lined up. Okay, so it needs to be a little bit bigger. I think it's 2.5, man. When I say man, yeah, I think that's. But look at that, it doesn't match. Like these parts are kind of matched, but this doesn't match. See that? If I put it like that, it's because they're different. They're pulled originally from different maps. Yeah, it looks awful. Look at that big gap right there. So how do we fix that? We need to pull it from the same map. See, look down there. I wonder if there's a way for me to turn off this highlighting. Uh, Turn off game object highlighting. I want your fucking code. Inspector. I just want it temporarily off. Normally I like it, I just don't. Um, it's kind of easier to tell it on the. Oh, that doesn't look bad. But look how much different the bottom of it is. How's the top look? I mean, in reality, we would just line up the. Oh, the top looks fine, but the bottom is way off. Yeah, in reality, we would just make this. We would just make these things like that looks about the right size, and we would just line these up at the top and bottom. But look how far, well, the bottom's not perfectly lined up. I mean, that looks pretty close. That's lined up, so this is too big, is what we're finding out here. 2.3. 2 point, that's not big enough, but see this gap? I feel like our shit is not, so that's why we need to cut it out of the same map. To make this bigger, we're back to 2.4. This is a tiny bit off. I'm gonna move this camera actually. Where's my camera? I want to see the whole thing. Oh, that might be a little bit big. There we go. Move my camera to. All right, so that's too small. 2.41 looks like it's a tiny bit too small. That looks pretty close. Maybe a tiny bit bigger, but look at this. This doesn't match up. In fact, it looks like it needs to just, this size is fine, but we just need to move it up a tiny bit. Is there a way to like just nudge it up? But look at this. Like if I move it down a tiny bit, it looks like it fit. I'm looking at the game map. Doesn't it look like it fits so much better? Even though it's off. Whoops. Let's double check my map here. Now that's absolutely a straight line. I was thinking maybe it isn't really, and I wasn't looking at a close enough map of Pacific Northwest. Wow. This place is called Four Corners. I see two corners. Uh, yeah, this perfectly lines up. It shouldn't, the top and the bottom. So I was just double checking, you know. I wonder if there's some phenomenon that I'm encountering with map making where they're just like, oh yeah, this is called Slomslag, and what that is expected. You got to cut it all from the same map. So we're gonna make a decision. Or if there's a way to like just stretch it, just slide it underneath here. You know, eventually, like I said, we're going to hire someone to make this. So, but like, see on here, you can see this big gap. So why is this one so much different? Like Oregon and Washington pretty much fit together. I guess it's, see, like, look at this. Well, yeah, even this little area right here between these two things is way different. It's crazy. How can our maps be so inaccurate? Between the two, like how can we get anywhere? How can we travel to any place in the world? We don't need all this shit open. Yeah, it's definitely a straight line at the bottom. Like this part is what I'm talking about. It's just not connected. Maybe we can find one of the whole thing. Here's a weird SVG with just that. See, like it's nice that they do this, but it's not very, very useful if they're all different. I had a feeling that that was going to happen. I, for some reason, thought it was going to happen with. I thought Idaho would not be a problem. That's Washington. Am I looking at Washington? No. What is this? I'm reluctant to click. Oh, I get. Is Idaho not part of? Yes, I guess Idaho would not be part of the Pacific Northwest because it is not touching the Pacific. All right. Well, we're. This is why I'm going to hire an artist. Uh, we're going to let them deal with this insanity. But I think we can deal with this. Like this looks close enough. We're not going to put our camera to look at this shit. And we're not dealing with Idaho right now. Anyways, I just wanted to have it there. And we'll cut out these other things. Let's save this and close. Fucking look at this shit. It's all bugged out. You know what we could do? Oh shit! I'm gonna take a quick break. But I wonder if this is gonna happen. If this will fuck up my stream. I don't think it will. We're gonna install the newest editor. 4F. So this doesn't fuck everything up. And then I'll go, while this is installing, I'll go take a um, quick break. I'm waiting for it's got to fire off the. Are you gonna let me do this thing? We'll hang out. Look at it. Looks like I have sweaty pits on this shirt every day. Even after some more excuses. Even after I wash it, they're there when I take it out of the wash. Or I'm working really hard making these maps. I'm waiting for it to fire off the fuck is that called? As an IT manager, I should know what it's called. User. It's user something. User. UN. Yeah, I don't know. It used to be something I had to manually update every computer I installed at work. It's the user control UTC. Can't remember. Basically, it's how often Windows asks. It's this thing. I don't know if you can even hear me or if you could even see that. Oh, did it blow up my? That's back. You could not see that. It looks like. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a quick break while this is doing this. Let me turn on my new break timer. I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. Okay, I'm back. Someone text messaged me as well. I didn't look at it because. Oh, it was my cell phone bill. Thanks, cell phone bill. I totally was like, I'm gonna not do this update today until after I stream, because I don't feel like it, and it'll have no effect on my stream, but it does. Well, you know what I was thinking about while I was outside, and we can look for this here, is Unity Stretch Sprite. That's not how you spell that. I don't care if it has distortion. I'm just thinking maybe we'll just stretch it. Yeah, like, oh, this is with the script. I don't want to do with the script. I just want to manually stretch that shit. Use the stretch value slider to set the value. Maybe I can just like adjust its edge and just pull them over a little bit. It's not. It doesn't have to be fucking perfect, like I've said 60,000 fucking times. How do you stretch a sprite is in only one direction? Select sprite, press R. What year? If this is 8 years ago. Use the rect tool. All right, we might be able just to stretch it into place. It will look ugly, but and in the meantime, I guess we'll just sit here and have a conversation about something. I don't know what the fuck I would be talking about. Um, this is the stream where we just update all this. Unity. I'm laughing. Let's just have Unity streams where I update Unity, and we sit here, and then that'll be the whole stream. It doesn't take that long, luckily. Man, I'm back to eating a bunch of ice cream. I'm down to like 2 gallons. I sit here after I stream. Usually, I eat some food and then I just sit and eat ice cream for like 30 minutes. Stream at night in my other channel, my game channel. What you doing there? You're taking a long time. We got the Android bit to the we're to the. Oh, did it pop up another user control UAC is what it's called? Did it pop up one of these while I was outside and then it croaked? The editor is installed. I don't think I'm even a build for Android, but I always install it just in case I am. Um, oh, it did it. I'm gonna move this over to here. I guess we can update the README. Oh, I can't do it right now. Well, I can do it right now. I just gotta go to 2D4X. We'll pop open this puppy. And we'll do the README update while and then I guess I could cut out some more things while we're waiting. We want to cut out cowlets next, but we kind of need to be able to see cowlets. Um, yeah, so I also decided that I am going, like I said, last stream I was like, I'll leave the location variable with the hero, um, with the hero public class, but I think I'm gonna move that to the token thing, the token mono behavior, which probably means nothing, but we're just gonna open this file real quick and edit it. This is 4. And we can close this. And we can close this. How you doing? It's getting there. It better not ask me to restart my computer. It doesn't normally. But you never know. Oh man. I never updated another thing. I think we can edit one of these while we're waiting here. Desktop. Oh, except I don't know what Cowlitz looks like. Well, we can get prepared while we're sitting around with the fucking thumb up our ass. Washington. Where are you, Washington? PNG. Open with. Paint.net. Move this over here. It's over here somewhere that we're going to be editing, but I need to be able to see. I need to be able to see what we decided Cowlitz is. So when this thing is, we're almost done. 16 of 22. Should have done this. So the other day I had a meeting, a Teams meeting, and I'm the IT guy, and I always tell everyone like, don't if your computer needs a reboot, don't wait till right before the meeting because the reboot might take 15 minutes, and if you do it 5 minutes before your meeting, you're gonna be late. Like, just do it ahead, like plan ahead. And what the fuck is CMake? Uh, anyways, so I saw my computer needed a reboot, and I was like, I'll do it after the meeting. And of course, it was all the meeting. The camera wouldn't start. I had to do a reboot at the beginning of the meeting. So I failed my own advice, and I learned my lesson again. CMake sounds like some command line shit. Like CMake, I think he used to use back in the day, but it looks like it's for Android. I don't remember these other Android SDKs installing, but we're almost there. Um, I was about to get excited there. I probably could start this while this is installing, but let's not take a chance. Let's not take a chance. Um, we're almost done. It would be a bummer to fuck it up right now. There we go. And then we'll do this. We're going to change you to 4 and change version. I usually, like I said, do this before I stream. They have an update like once a week, usually on like Tuesdays or Wednesdays or something. I guess we'll close this too. I saved this. Because it's going to do an update as well. I usually do all this stuff ahead of time, but I was feeling lazy today. There's another UAC, User Account Control. That's what that stands for. It took a while. Here comes the kitty. The kitty's in a very grumpy mood this morning. Every time I try to interact with it, it just looks at me with disgust. Or it claws me. Now it's crying. Oh god, it hates oh, my frames are all fucked up while this is opening. I think it recovered. It didn't like that. It didn't like that up changing these things. I'll sit very still. Yep. Should have done this before. This song that is playing is quite it's Faith No More. It's such a weird, it's We Care a Lot. It's such a weird song for its time. We're getting there. I bet you I think it's going to say something has been Visual Studio Code has been depreciated or some shit. I should have redone this and I should have rebooted. Oh yeah, it did not like those things. Okay. Reset this shit. So what I was thinking about was, is there a way to stretch this? Because like, look how much of an overlap that part is. I mean, it really looks like I should just be able to move these lines to be lined up, but it doesn't work that way. Like, how bad does it look here? Like, you can see all that blue. Oh, that isn't lined up. I wish I could put this on the other monitor. Maybe I can. Come here. All right, let's try this. That's on the other monitor temporarily. See, so that's lined up at the bottom and the top. It is lined up, but it's obvious. Whoops. It's obviously not lined up here. See, look at this fucking gap. So somewhere, one of these maps is not good. Like, obviously, so look at the lines on this one versus the lines on this one. This one has like thicker lines. So the only thing I think we can do is just try to line this up as best as possible. I would like to stretch it if I could. That would be the key. If we could just kind of smudge it in there. I mean, that's pretty lined up, but look how terrible, how much off it is. And look at this thing. This river is fucking... What a weird issue. Oh, look at that. This is way down, but this is pretty lined up here. There's got to be a name for this. It's probably like a map making thing that someone, map makers are like, oh yeah, this is called dick shittery, and this is what happens whenever you look at any map that is made by two different people. You get a big pile of dick shit. How can we, with GPS and all that shit though? How can it be this bad? You know what I mean? This is awful. Um, oh, we don't have the two. This should be 2.42 as well. I'm comparing it to this. We're just gonna have to deal with. I think this is as good as we're gonna get. Like with this ugly shit right here, with this off by that much. I think that's what we're gonna just leave it as for now. Let's put the game back at the bottom here. And this is unimportant. Let's save it though. I mean, it's important, but it's not that important. And well, maybe I'll look up how to like drag or how to stretch stuff. There's got to be a way to stretch stuff. Anyway, so now we have an ugly black and white map, which we might switch out for the color ones, because this is really... I also didn't think the ocean would be this obviously different, because I figured it was white, or it was blue. It wouldn't be that different in the blue, but man, that is different. We might want to cut that out. That is pretty ugly. All right, so Cowlitz is next. If we go to... And this will look better regardless. Damn it, stop. Why does it always have to notify me right there? Cowlitz is this size. And this is going to be off because we just haven't done it yet. Okay, so let's turn off these backgrounds so we can just look at Cowlitz, and let's turn off this. That's like literally what this thing is called. Fuck off Steam. Okay. We have this open. I'm going to put this on the other monitor temporarily. And we're going to use the erase tool. So it looks to me, Cowlitz, we're going to make this bigger. 30 sounds about good. It starts, these ones we don't need. And then it's this. So it's these ones. This is Cowlitz in our game. Gotta bring up my OBS again there. These lines here, so we can make this a little closer. Yeah, it's this over, and then we can magic wand everything the fuck out of here. Well, we can magic wand most of this stuff the fuck out of here. I guess I could have just made a big, whoa, I could just made a big eraser tool and just erased all this shit. Let's make it like 300 and just obliterated this. What was that noise? Thank you. We'll obliterate all of this. So when I did the Portland, what I'm calling Portland, I fucked it up. I accidentally cut off a little bit. So we're gonna double check that this is actually this line here is what we're calling cowlets because it's a combination of a variety of. Yep. Okay. So then we don't need this thing to be. We're gonna use this, but we're gonna turn down this. We want to kind of. Man, you're very touchy today, Magic Wand. And well, man, you are a pile of suck today, Magic Wand. Nope. And it goes all the way to the coast. Yeah, that's not very useful. Let's turn this guy down to probably 50. We'll do the trick. This we're going to leave in color, I think. I don't think it matters. Okay. Once again, I got to remember to let up on. I thought I saw some. We're going to crop to selection. Maybe crop it down again. There we go. So in this case, we have junk over there. Back to our eraser tool. This is probably too big. I only did one on my test. So I usually do a test when I'm trying something new, just to see how it'll turn out. I only did one, and it definitely looks better. I didn't use the black and white background. I was just using the old white background. It looked way better with that. Man, I'm getting quite a mix now that Crass has started playing. Let's go to 20. We're gonna have to really get in here. This should be pretty easy with the magic wand, though. Yeah. Yeah. So excited. You can see some blue here, though. Too big. These ones we don't want the water. We just want just the county lines. Whoops. It's actually one of my favorite Crass songs. Big A, little A, bouncing B. You know, there's this house. I don't know if it still exists, but there's a Crass house in England that anyone is welcome to go visit. You can just show up at their door. They don't have like internet and stuff though. No alcohol or drugs are allowed. And you can stay there for free for a couple of days. You just got to do some chores. I've always been curious what it's, it's the people from Crass that live there, I think, still. They're really old, though. So they may all be dead by now. They used to survive off, like, when I say chores, I think they had it's like a farm or something. Maybe not a farm, but they used to, also take some donations via the internet, like early internet. I don't know if that's still the case. It's very hard to find any information out about it. I've always been curious uh, to go there because they were like a pretty influential punk band. Besides in my life, but in like many people's lives. Um, and it's not like it's not like a big sign. Here's the Crass house. Come visit. It's just like some hidden away little house that you can go. I don't really like that last thing there. Whoa. We're gonna do the same thing where we come back with a smaller one and we hit it again here. Yeah, maybe we should jump to the smaller one already. 10. Once again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but we do need to fit. It's gonna be hard to fit the Idaho ones. Yeah, we're gonna have to hire somebody, or someone's gonna have to tell me a trick. Like I've tried to overlay these. It's just really hard. So if I overlay like the cowlitz thing without the lines, so it doesn't have on a map without the lines, and then try to do it on the map without the lines, I have a really hard time getting the county lines to match up. And I kind of want the lines. And I've looked at a lot of maps and a lot of graphic designers stuff, and they somehow have like they're good at it. It's their fucking job. I'm just some chump who's doing whatever. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. And they can draw straight lines with their hands. I can't do that shit. If I had the tool way, maybe with the pencil, the digital pencil, maybe I would do a better job. I don't know. I don't know though. I've never been very good at art. I don't know what this is. This looks like a mistake. Making sure we're at 100% on the hardness line there. I'm just going for it, man. We want to save this first here. I think it's like that. Let's look. It is Cow Litz with a Cow Litz. Not a capital L though. All right, we only have after this one we'll have 5 more. Portland's already done, and we can do it. We can. No, it probably takes me over a half hour per. It's kind of good to know that too, because if I hire somebody, how long is it going to take them? I can guess with my slow assness, they're going to do a better job than me though. So that means that they're also probably going to take longer, or the same amount of time to do a better job. And I looked up. I was surprised how little. Um, I was surprised how little artists for video games like this got paid. Um, you figure it's an important thing. I don't know what that is. Now the Violent Femmes have started playing. What a weird mix this is playing for me. This is a like I let YouTube pick the mix. There's something on my screen. um, This is gonna be the final pass, so let's get this. You know, this one compared to the last one we do today is probably gonna be, this one's gonna be much higher quality than the last one. I'm just gonna fly through the last one like, what the fuck, man? I need to get this shit done. It'll just be some ugly piece of shit. I won't even follow the lines. I mean, this is like the most basic. Yeah, what is this spacing thing? Huh. I can't tell. I got it at 500 now. Yeah, it seems to not do what I want it to do. Oh, maybe when we want spacing 0. Yeah, it looks like we do. I want like a sharp edge here. Kind of hitting some shitty spots there. Does it really need to be this nice? Probably not. This is just temporary. This is probably a straight line. Oh, and I held down the whole time. Ah, shit. Did it again. Shit, motherfucker. What is this? What is this? Maybe it wouldn't matter if it was a square. Earlier I was saying I wish this thing was a square. Maybe it wouldn't matter. Ah! Need to click hold down the click button less. No. Try to save it. Oh. What the fuck is this song? Oh, this is I recognize this typo negative. I never really listened. They're pretty good, but I never really like listened to them in my youth that much. That looks horrible. Like, look at this mushy line up here. Oh, fuck it. Fuck it. Okay, so that Cowlitz is done. Now we need to get it into OBS here. We're going to go in to our counties. We're going to rename this Cowlitz thing. Where are you, Cowlitz? And then we're going to delete this white one. Oh, you know what I gotta remember to do as well, uh, is change this thing. We want to remove. Oh, it says he has two of them? No, that says 2D. We want to remove the polygon collider and re-add it because it will automatically do it if you re-add it. It will automatically find the shape of it. Otherwise, you gotta fuck with the shape, and we don't want to do that shit. Come on. Okay, save. Now we're gonna have the same issue trying to like fit these fucking things together. Oregon is where we want it. Um, I doubt 1 point or 1.95. Oh, that's what it was before. It was 0.95. I guess it could. No, this needs to fit all the way over to here. Like this looks like 2 might be. This thing's massive. Okay, 2 is too big. See, this needs to fit. Oh wow, look at this. This doesn't even match up. We're gonna connect this to this one though. That's where it's got to fit the most. It's got to fit right here. So 1.5 maybe. We're getting close. What does it look like in real life? Before we cut that shit out, let's see. Um, where's Washington? No, that's not going to help us. Where is. That's not going to help us either. The fuck is this song? Garbage. It is garbage. Um, I need to find. Actually, I think I have. Oh, I might have deleted them. I'm very into deleting everything. This doesn't have the lines for. Yeah, it doesn't have the lines for. The counties of, it only has one county at a time. Like this should, if we lined this, see how these are different though? If we line this up with this, it doesn't match the Oregon map though. So let's line this up with this is the Oregon map. Let's line that up. Man, see that this is a huge issue, and this is what was happening before. It looks to me like Cowlitz just kind of goes off on its own. So let's put it 1.5 doesn't actually look that far off. And this isn't going to match. See how there's that water? We want it to, the waters this time is supposed to be there. 1.5 actually looks like it's a little small. Let's do 1.6. That looks pretty close to that map as well. Once again, we got that weird issue. I was talking the shit dick issue. 1.55. 1.55. I don't know what it's really called, but we're trying to fit together two different maps. So look how different. Okay, no, that's like that. I just must have cut off. See, this matches up like that. We need to be able to just stretch him a little bit. If we use this, I feel like this is the thing though, but let's put it like that. 1.51. 1.51. See, this has to be that. And this map is different. How could they be? So maybe it's something like that I just don't know that I'm doing. Like that doesn't look bad. Um, and remember the water is supposed to be in the background. Like it shouldn't. They shouldn't like line up perfectly, like the state should. That looks pretty close. It looks like we need to make this a little bit wider and taller. So 1.53. 1.53. Kind of just matching this up to the river. So that's kind of match up to the river, but once again, this doesn't match up. It kind of matches up there. But look how much over. We're doing 20 for these, for their layer. Yeah, we're going to have to cut them all out of them with the same map. Having these background maps actually might be a detriment. Because look how off that is compared to this. This is the background map that I'm selected on. All right, let's turn off cowlets for a second. Let's go back to this Washington. So according to this, the Washington map is way off. Where's my... So according to this, the Washington map should be like that. So maybe that's part of this problem with Idaho, is the Washington map was way off. So this kind of lines up then. What a pain in the fucking ass. I want somebody else to do this. I don't want to do it. So let's say we line that up perfectly. Look how off this is. This like sinks way into Oregon. This line is. Maybe that's was my issue is Washington is the wrong scale. 1.5. But then you got to find the scale. We're getting closer, but we're still. Oh my God, look at that. Now, we're using Oregon as the central, everything should fit into Oregon. Yeah, this is taking much longer than I thought it would. If we line the actual lines up, let's double check. I'm pretty sure that this goes all the way to the edge. I mean, it's got to. Um, so let's line that up. See, this is not wide enough. Whoops, wrong direction. So that lines up. Once again, though, we're back to 1.6. That actually lines up okay. And so this should be 1.6 then. Maybe that's the issue, is I shouldn't be making these match. Oh, I could just make them constrain. Maybe like 1.590. Oh, it's hitting that. Okay, 1.59. I don't know why Z shouldn't even be in play here. What if you can like lock the position? See, look how off that is now. It's way in there. And what I'm lining up is this thing. I don't know what that is called, but it's if we move it up a little bit and over a tiny bit like that. Okay, well that's closer than what we had because before this thing was like there was two of them. One of them was here and one of them was way over here. I feel like that's a lot closer. This still sinks in. That might be okay though because it's the water that's. Oh, but look at that. Oh, this song's great. What is this song? Bauhaus, The Passion of Lovers. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's go back to Cowlitz and try to fit Cowlitz into this shit pile puzzle. I mean, so look, think about this. I cut this thing out of this, so it should be the same dimensions. You know what I mean? Like I cut this out of this map, so it should that should be the correct dimensions. I don't think it's working that way though. We'll leave it like that though. We can't spend all day. I mean, it is lining up like that. Good enough. Good enough for now. And then the idea is when we hit play here, look at Idaho just being a piece of shit. Just being the piece of shit that Idaho is. See, now we can see that these are, it's going to look way better once we get these going. Um, fuck you, Idaho. Okay, now we're back to Oregon. Oregon should be easier because these are all the same scale, so we just set them. Uh, so let's go to our next one that we're gonna do. It just when we're fitting the different states together where this becomes like a huge issue. We'll do Tillamook next, and so let's turn. Well, we'll leave that on. Let's turn on Tillamook to see see, look, it's way off. Well, no, that's fine. We knew that that was going to happen because we moved around where shit was. Tillamook, that's what it looks like. So we're going to open up the Portland PNG or the Oregon PNG, wherever you are. And open with paint.net. Look at that piece of shit. Talking about Idaho. Fucking Idaho. There's a bunch of Idaho's overran with hillbillies in real life. Don't tell them I told you that. They'll come like shoot up my house or something. Okay, we need to go to. I'm looking at Tillamook over here. Tillamook is kind of shaped like Idaho, not on purpose. We're gonna do that same thing where we use the eraser to like mark the boundary of where this thing is. So it goes all the way up. I guess I gotta move this to fit. We can turn off cowlits over here. Here, I'll show you what I'm doing. We gotta make this thing fit to a point. Oh, this is a good song too. I'm getting like a good mix today. We just gotta make this so I can see the edges of it. Okay, so it kind of goes along down the side and around. All right, so we got the eraser. This little thing is part of Portland. I can't tell. Okay, this little thing goes along here. This is the edge of Portland. And so all this can go. And then it looks like this weird shit here is the edge of Tillamook up. It is. What is the name of this song? I haven't listened to this song in forever. Who Killed Mr. Moonlight? Bauhaus. Okay, so this is the border of Tillamook. All right, so let's do this. Let's just crop this thing. Let's from here, you know. Oof, that's close. All right, that brings us down to where we kind of are at. And we can go back to this tool, make this thing gigantic again. Yeah, because this map is gigantic to start with compared to the other ones. I think I downloaded the largest quality or the largest file size that they had available. Maybe I didn't do it. With those other ones. Just double checking that this looks about right. This stuff isn't set in stone either. It's just what I randomly kind of picked for these counties. Um, okay, I'm gonna take a quick break though. I'm gonna save this. I almost hit save right there. This is Tillamook. You know, Oregon. I eat the Tillamook ice cream. That's the ice cream that I eat. Speaking of ice cream. All right, let me pause this song, throw up my break timer, and I will be back in less than 5 minutes. I kind of enjoy this like cutting out of things. If only I was better at it. I'll put this back over here so we can stare, so you can stare at this if anyone's watching for the next 5 minutes or whatever. All right, I'll be right back. I always wonder about that cat. Sometimes when I'm just walking around my house, it looks at me in complete fear. I wonder about its where it came, where its original owner, because I'm not its owner. It's oh no, its owner is lives down the street. Like what they do to that poor thing. They have like a bazillion cats. Um, oh, I didn't start my song again. And I see them roaming the streets. I feel bad for all of them. Like, why are they all their cats so scared all the time? Okay, so we cut off a nice chunk of this. So now we might be able to use this tool to get some stuff going again. There we go. We're gonna get rid of that. All this water's got to go. These little islands. Who knows? Is that Oregon or Washington? Oh no! Um, Sometimes it's yeah. You just got to hit the right spot. Can I get this weird line? Let's hit that with the eraser. Turn down this tolerance a little bit. Maybe 45. Maybe 42. Can we get this garbage? Can you draw a box? Oh, you can. Oh, it didn't do us any good though. For a second, I thought we were getting lucky there. We were not getting lucky. I don't know. I had to do this shit. All right. I feel like sometimes, yeah. Got all excited there for a second. All right. I believe this is what it. Oh, well, without this, can we turn this down slowly until like. There we go. Let's look at this one more time. And it goes all the way up there. Okay, so now we just gotta erase like madmen here. We'll hit it one time with the big guy. What is this song that's playing? This changes every time you open. I don't. What did I do? Spacing one. Oh no. Oh, this is a shitty Courtney Love song. A shitty whole song. Let me go to the next song. This is another. I don't know if I've heard. This is. Once again. I wish I could. You guys could hear the music I was listening to. Seems okay. The song seems okay. I guess we'll leave it up there. Okay, so let's go to a smaller. I really don't know who owns those islands, but whatever. Nobody will own them in the game. Not right now. Let's go to 50. We'll leave some islands just for the fuck of it. Yeah, just for the fuck of it, we'll leave some islands. Maybe they'll look shitty, but I kind of like that, some. I kind of hate how Google, if I listen to like a Courtney Love song, then suddenly my news is filled with Courtney Love news. I don't give a shit. The worst is Red Dead Redemption 2. I Googled some stuff because I was playing that video game, and now my news feed is just Red Dead Redemption stuff, and it's all bullshit too. It's like Red Dead Redemption 3 confirmed, and then you know, if you click on it, it's not confirmed at all. It's just some fucking dude saying that he sure wishes that they made a Red Dead Redemption 3, and it's such bullshit. It's everything is fucking bullshit that they post about that. And I stopped clicking, you know, I clicked on like two of them, okay, like five of them, because I was like, whoa, somebody, you know, they released DLC for the Mexico, because that was the headline. DLC for Mexico for Red Dead Redemption 2 released. No, dude, it's somebody mod. It's a mod. And it has nothing to, you know, and it's like the mod wasn't even released yet. And it just fucking, it's such bullshit. So yeah, everything is clickbait. I feel like we're at the downfall of the internet. Like the internet's falling apart in front of my eyes. Um, and I think we're like at the end of seeing the usefulness of the internet. It's kind of interesting because there's also so many things. There are apps now. Instead of you going to a website, you got to download their fucking app, and it's weird. Oh, this is interesting, Susie and the Banshee thing. And it's capitalism. Capitalism has destroyed the fucking internet with fucking advertisements. Fucking advertisements. Can't stand them. And I stream video games, so I understand you know, the irony of that because it's practically an advertisement for a video game when I stream one. Otherwise, you know, developers wouldn't want you to do it. It's one of the reasons why I try to be somewhat, you know, constructively critical. You know, when I stream a video game is that it's more of like a review at the same time as me streaming it. Whoops. Instead of just like, look at how cool this video game is. Fucking buy it, you cocksuckers. I don't know if we're allowed to say cocksuckers anymore. I mean it in the not a derogatory, not as a slur. Um, anyways, it's just the internet is it's just filled with fucking ads. Thought this was something down here. And yeah, so I think we're seeing the end. It's gonna be we're gonna be, you know, another couple of years of this bullshit. No one's gonna go to the internet. It's just we're gonna have a couple of apps we go to, and we're gonna be like, fuck this. The internet's just, you know. So this is another thing. You know, like in the good old days, it was like pop-up ads were like a horrible thing that we finally defeated with the ad blockers. Well, now we're back to the pop-up ad thing where the actual content creators are creating and embedding this shit in their fucking videos. And it's just like, what is going on? And you go to a website and it's like the creator themselves is trying to blast you so they can get those few cents of fucking advertising dollars. And it's like, holy shit, man, have some fucking pride. Pride? I don't know if that's the right word. Have something. Don't like suck dick for fucking advertising pennies. It just blows my mind. I tried to turn off advertising on Twitch. I don't know if I was successful. This channel, I think I was. My other channel, I'm really struggling. I didn't know becoming an associate, that's what they call it, I think, is would open up the fucking floodgates of advertising, blasting the viewers with advertising. I thought that was something I could opt out of because I don't care about the advertising money. Fuck me. Um, I don't know, and it's so weird that it's become so acceptable to just fucking go to town with the advertising, like embedded in your stream, and that's like people think that's acceptable. It blows my mind. Like we fought that shit for years and we finally defeated it, and then it's back in a new form, and people think it's okay. I'm expecting this video to get downvoted. Of course, advertising is okay. Advertising is a fucking plague. It's a plague on everything that exists. There's probably an ad playing in the background while I'm, you know, it probably cut to an ad while I was talking about that. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna monetize my YouTube stuff so that there's no ads always on YouTube. Currently, my ad blocker blocks the ads, but I heard that that is going away. They found a way to block the ad blockers. Yeah, what is that guy? Cody Shody. I really like his um, news thing, but even he started putting ads into embedded into his videos, and it's fucking horse shit. Absolute horse shit. That looks terrible. Yeah, the app thing blows my mind too. For my router that I bought that I'm currently using right now, it's like a high end router, personal router, not a business router. It's an Asus router, I think. It's a ROG, Republic of Gamers. I had to install a fucking app on my phone to be able to install that thing. And then once you install it, you don't need the app on your phone anymore. But it's just like, fuck you, man. Why? When did we begin to accept all this bullshit? We should be up in arms about this shit. We should just be like, fuck you. I'm not installing a goddamn damn app on my phone. Just let me plug it in and go to it. Go to it with my browser like we've been doing for fucking ever. I guess that's fine. And then I work with a bunch of maintenance guys, and some of them are pretty hardcore about like living off the grid. And I'm always like, dude, you're gonna have to like have no connection to anything to do that. But I also understand what they're doing. What they're saying, because you do one thing, you buy one thing, and suddenly off the internet, and suddenly they're just collecting your data. I sound like a fucking crazy person right now. Sound like a conspiracy theorist. They're out to get me. Uh, I have a friend who doesn't like to go on the internet very much, except for like bills and stuff. And I'll be talking about, something will come up in a conversation, furries or something. And he'll be like, what the fuck is a furry? And what's a milkshake duck? What the fuck is a milkshake duck? And it's kind of refreshing to be like, yeah, yeah, we don't need to know every fucking meme. Um, I did send my mom to know your memes one day because she was asking me some question. I was like, oh, that's a meme, mom. And she's like, what's how do you know all these meme stuff? I was like, there's a site you can go look if you don't know what they are. I mean, you can't keep up with all of them. Look at that one little dot over there. I think we're almost done with this one. Oh, no, we are not. We fit the 5 in there. We can fit the 5 in here. There we go. I guess that was fine. Maybe magic wand that part. I don't know. At this point, the magic wand doesn't seem very effective. Let's go back to 10. I think we can do it with 10. Whoops. Yeah, I really like. Is it called This News? Cody Johnson's. Whoops. Uh, news show a lot. I don't watch it that much because it's really long, and I should. The guy I've put out 3 hour videos, and I'm complaining about how long somebody else's video is. But he really goes into detail about stuff that I'm curious about. Like if I see that he's got a show that um, goes into detail about something that I want to know about, I often watch his his videos. Yeah, I'm advertising for him like a fucking whore. Let's go over there and gargle his balls. I think we're almost. Yeah, we'll leave that there. Maybe? Yeah, we'll leave that there. I think this is looking pretty good. See, like this worked great for the the magic wand. Worked great on that. Yeah, I think we got this one. I mean, this would probably be something I should clean up, but we're not going to. Fuck it, right? This isn't a finished product. This is just a time thing. You know, this is just a in between. All right, let's cut this down to size. Magic wand this shit. Select inverse crop. Make sure we got everything. Looks good. Save it. Now we can bring it in here. That was Tillamook, Oregon. We'll delete this Tillamook. We'll go to this Tillamook and we'll find it. There she blows. And it should be the same size as this. So 0.5. Oh, it almost fit perfectly right in there. There we go. It doesn't quite match up the map below it. Then we're going to want to also, I'm going to forget to do this, and I'm going to wonder later um, why I can't click on one of these, because we need this collider, these 2D colliders to click on this. I should probably be hitting this button. I can't tell. 20. All right, so we got cowlets. We're getting there. Let's do this next one over here. What is this one? Douglas? No. Wasco? Wasco it is. Let's turn on Wasco. See what Wasco looks like. Wasco is kind of just a rectangle-y looking thing. So let's close this guy. Let's not click that button. Washington PNG. Open with paints.net. Then, oh, not Washington. Oregon PNG. Where'd you go, Oregon PNG? There you are. Open with paint.net. And actually, if we can just have these right next to each other here, we can just do that same thing where we use this as a marker to kind of see where it lines up. So where's the edge? Portland. $300. This looks like the edge of Portland here. And this goes down. Oh, this doesn't fully. Huh. Looks like we're going over to here. And then up to here. And this little weird. Oh, we're going in closer. This little niblet. We're going like that. I'm looking at this shape here. Goes straight down and does this little like puzzle piece looking thing. All right, that's what we needed. Come over here. Then let's make this really big. Actually, let's just crop it. Let's just crop it. Selection tool. Crop to selection. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna double check that this little weirdness is where, not that. This little weirdness. That looks like it. It's kind of hard to tell. And this is gonna all set itself back. We're gonna adjust this tolerance here. Okay, we're on a bad selection. I don't know what that song was that I just listened to. It was some weird live version. Somehow I accidentally clicked on one of these and got. Oh well, good enough. 300. Let's blast away most of this stuff. We gotta save this. Let's save as. We don't want to accidentally save over Oregon here. What is this one? Wasco, Oregon. Adjust this every time. I wonder if net neutrality had anything to do with how shitty the internet's gotten. Oh my god. That was a long hold down there. Gotta remember not to do that. When I say, because I think net neutrality got reversed by that Sanjay guy, I think his name is. Just some fucking corporate whore. It's so weird too to me that, like no one I know is pro corporation. Like who are these shitbags who work for these corporations and just don't give a fuck? Like I don't know anybody who's like that. Like like you see these movies about the 80s and there's 80s people who are like that, like in the movies. Like who are these people who are living? Did they just go underground and they're hiding out? But you know what I do have encountered? I'm just rambling at this point. I have encountered like when I worked at Jack in the Box when I was 16. There was some people who were who wanted to climb the corporate ladder. So I guess I have encountered some people like that. You know, at Jack in the Box when I worked at Kinko's, same. Look at that little piece right there. When I worked at Kinko's, same thing. There's people that was their goal was like climbing the corporate ladder, and that just blows my mind. Like, um, that would be your goal. Like, is money worth it? I guess maybe it is. I don't know. I mean, I would like to make money off streaming, but it's not like I have a day job, so I don't have to worry about that. And I can just be a fucking dickhead all day. and not worry about it. But it would be nice to not work till the day I die and get to play video games and create video games instead of working till the day I die, which I think I'm going. It's probably going to happen. Me and my friend we were looking at our retirement plans because I'm 49, and this is what you do with your friends is you look at your fucking retirement plans like a chump, um, and he's thinks he's gonna retire at 65. I feel like that's he's putting more money in. I should put more money in too. I don't feel like I have any chance of retiring at 65 with my current money that I'm putting away. I put in 10% of my paycheck to my 401k, and I inherited money, so I own a house. It's not like I worked hard for this house. I just got the money for the house. So, um, like that's a huge thing, a huge boon. But I still feel like I'm gonna be working. At least I'll be a Walmart greeter or something. There's gonna be a point where I'm not gonna be coherent. I don't know. I feel like the drinking did a number on my brain. Uh, I'm not gonna be avail. I don't think I can keep working IT forever. Hopefully, I can. Get rid of this water. Oh, I should have taken like a before screenshot and an after screenshot so we could compare. Guess we could look at another video. I think this will make it look a lot better. It's not gonna look fuck. It's not gonna look perfect or anything, but I think it will look a lot better than it used to. Just for when we're doing our testing. We don't want to fill out like we're not going to add any Idaho counties or any more Washington counties. We're just going to use the same counties we had. We're just trying to make them look a little bit better for now. And um um I guess this is fine. I feel like this is like I'm doing something that is not right here. But no, with the background maps, and we're also going to like cut out when we do this for real, we'll cut out the rivers and they'll be selectable. And you can travel down the rivers or something. That's so far from now. I just want this little piece. There we go. Um, and I actually don't want it to be this relief map in the long run. I want it to be more like CK3, where it has the type of terrain is kind of highlighted with its how the thing looks. I think I'm going too hardcore into fixing this. So like you can see that the terrain is a forest terrain, and like in Oregon, the forest is only really you get into it. The east part of Oregon is a fucking wasteland. Uh, in Idaho, that's what we were talking about earlier. It really is a wasteland. In the post-apocalyptic, you're gonna want to head for the coast and then south. I think south for the border, pretty much. The closer to well, it depends on the apocalypse, of course, but zombie apocalypse, you want to be able to live off the land. It's gonna be kind of difficult up here because of the fucking winters. Winters aren't that bad, but you just no winter would be is the what you really want in apocalypse. You just want a relaxing, uh, living next to the equator, living off the land. Hawaii, if you could get to Hawaii, that would be the place to be. The problem with getting to Hawaii is getting to Hawaii. Like that place is pretty far from the U.S. when you actually look at it on a map. You'd think it's not that far. I guess if you're an idiot, you'd. No, I don't know. I got to talk about something. Okay, we're getting there. Wasco, I'm not a big fan of you. Been playing a lot of Star Valor. If you haven't checked out that game, you should definitely check it out. Um, he's put out a ton of releases lately, or updates. Releases, updates is what he's put in. I mean, it's the same game, it's just better. And I just been playing a miner, mining up the all the asteroids I can get my hands on. I actually just got some mining uh whatchamacallums drones. Let's hope I didn't fuck this up and we're doing the right counties, because it would be a real bummer to have to do this again. So it takes me. It looks to me I've done Cowlitz and Tillamook, and then I did all that. I think it takes about an hour per for me to do this. I bet you someone could do it in half that time. The same thing, but to make it so in a perfect world, we wouldn't have these lines here. We would have it would be a much better this shit. Um, we would draw the lines ourselves. So those weird county lines that are like this, I guess, we would make this more smooth. Once again, kind of like CK3. Let's not go too far north. I missed something back here. Yeah. And then the rivers don't really matter in the center, like that. And we would also do it, like I said, it would be more about like what is in this area. This is mostly mountains and like high desertish type stuff. These uh, that would be like more of a uh, drawing showing not exact contour lines or relief lines, but it would be more of a, like CK3, like more of a drawing of like a big mountain thing that would go through here, not this detailed. Um, Even though this does look okay, let's see when we get enough of these together, we'll see how it really works. I don't know, maybe not an hour each, a half hour each, because I did all that prep work and all the map fuckery, which we're gonna have to figure out how to make that less map fuckery. All right, I think that is this one. Wasco. I don't know what that is. We'll just delete it. And then we'll do our good old magic fuck stick here. Invert selected. Looks good. And back to Unity. I lost my mouse. And Wasco, Oregon. We'll delete this. And we'll go to Wasco. And we're going to move it. We're going to put this at 0.5 and 0. I was like, shit, I cut out the wrong part. But no, this is Oregon, not. All right. That looks pretty good. We got to get rid of the the polygon. Collider. Add it again. You know, I should make sure that this is working. I didn't really. I clicked it for a second, but let's look. Let's make sure here. Why can't I tell? Usually, oh, it's because I have these turned off. Yep, that is correct. Okay, so we are up to. Should we do the next one over or down? Let's do this next one down. What is this one? Harney? No, Harney's way over there. Douglas is down here. Douglas, what do you look like, Douglas? You're a big ugly thing. So Douglas looks like that. Let's close this thing. Let's reopen Oregon. Open with. I think I'm getting faster at this just in this stream. You know, I did this whole thing one other time, but everything was white. I didn't have contours. Relief lines. I need you to be able to. I need to be able to see this motherfucker without this thing. Okay, it's hard to see the. All right, this looks like. I gotta lean in for this. This it. What is happening? This is. This one doesn't look too bad. We just go like that. This is the picture. Like this looks like it's all pixelated, but that's actually the how it works there. It actually is that thing. And then let's crop this fucker. And then let's save as. What is this? Douglas? Douglas. And then let's magic wand it a little bit. We haven't really had much luck with the magic wand very much. I mean, I guess we have. I guess it's okay. Is that it? That's it. Then back to the fucking eraser here. Me and this eraser have become quite good friends. You know, I think when I did some of these originally with just the white, I didn't stream all of them. I just did like stream one so that people could see what I was doing. I'm trying to stream everything just so that, you know, I feel like I was looking on Reddit. I feel like a lot of in the Unity thing, the Unity subreddit is pretty dead, but a lot of new people getting demoralized. And I thought, you know, maybe if the people could see my struggles, they would help to know that I suck at this. Um, we don't need to be this. Well, let's go through this big. Will you be my friend there? Thank you. Um, a quick blast through this big, then we'll come back. I mean, look at this weird looking. Nope. Oh no! Luckily, there's Control Z. I was talking with some coworkers about what if there was no internet. Once again, because I read a Reddit thing where someone asked Generation X people, like if you if they you've seen the world before the internet, would you agree to have the internet go away now? And it was like 80% of the responders were yes, fuck the internet. And I think that's such like a ridiculous take because our jobs would be so much worse. Because, like, think about just trying to deposit a check, man. The hell of waiting in line at the bank to try to deposit a check to have some human fucking question your existence, who the fuck you are. I sound totally crazy. I don't know. Uh, it's so much more work. Like, you gotta have a car to get to the bank and stuff. It's like the bank thing is just now. I just take a picture on my phone. Once again, back to the apps and stuff. Um, all of our jobs would be much more difficult. So we're not talking about, so in this hypothetical experiment or whatever, the internet goes away, but we don't. That doesn't mean computers go away. It just means that we don't have a way to communicate. And think of it like how slowly everything used to communicate. Maybe, but like they would mail checks and stuff, and so if you scanned in a check, you could still put it on a thumb drive and stuff, but then how is it going to get there? They're going to mail the thumb drives. It'd be so much more slow moving. We have instant gratification on stuff. Think of buying things online. You have to go to an actual store, uh, and like fries back in the day. It just would be. It's so everything was so much more time consuming. When you're off work, your whole day was wasted because you had to do all these fucking dumb chores to go do, like, to operate, pay your rent. You got to actually go to the place. Um, we take all that for granted now, but it'd be awful to go back to it. There's definitely some huge downsides of the internet, but a lot of the things that people were complaining about, like I never hang out with my friends anymore. Yeah, but you could fix that easy just by going and the drop by. Good God, the drop by. Back in the day before the internet, sometimes people would just drop by your house. They wouldn't call. They would just come by, and you'd be sitting there trying to take a nap or something. Then suddenly you have a guest that you have to deal with. I despise the drop by. Okay, we're actually making pretty good time on this one, I think. Maybe like I said earlier, though, my standards are just getting lower. We definitely got to go back and like get that part. I'm just hitting it with the big one first. Or maybe these are easier because they're more square, and we were able to use the magic wand like this whole side. I think we should probably magic wand this thing. I know we didn't on that other one. What's your problem, magic wand? That's not the magic wand. That's the eyedropper. Yeah, I think that's we didn't do that on the other one, so we're gonna have some changes in things. But all right, we're back to here. Actually, looking okay on this side. I think my standards have dropped actually. Go down to like 20. Clean this up. Clean that up. Like, I kind of really want to clean that up, but okay, this definitely. Yeah, I think my standards have dropped. See, and I think in a perfect world too is you would fill in these other missing dots, but we're definitely not doing that shit. This beige stuff is really hard to see. Oh, just remembered I was going to actually stream on YouTube today and not Twitch. I don't know. Man, it is really hard to see those. Make you a little smaller here. Get that. Save this thing. I feel like I've done a ton of work. Graphic designers must have a ton of patience to go over and like redraw all that stuff, draw from scratch, or they know tricks. I don't know, which is quite possible. Okay, that's looking pretty good. That one was much quicker. I don't know why that one was so much quicker. Let's edit. Looks good. My hand hurts. Oh, I haven't had my hand hurt like that since I used to do the map thing I was talking about, the dungeon draft map thing, because that's like a ton of just clicking. Let's hope that that is the right thing here. What is the name of this place that we just cut up? Douglas. Douglas, where'd I put you? Here we go. I know I'm gonna forget this, so I keep wanting to do this immediately. What, did this just fall right into place just about? Wow. That was pretty. Wow, it's not perfect though. What can we do? I think we're gonna want these in color, is what I'm thinking here, because in between these little gaps, which if they were in color, it would look a lot better, and the ocean would look a lot better. All right, we only got two more to go. I can finish it. I can do it. Um, two more to go that are for our testing. Yeah, I think color's gonna look a lot better if we put these guys in color. See, that looks so much better than the. I mean, it still looks like shit, but it looks so much better than the way it did. And we're actually not gonna put. We're gonna have the camera. The camera is not gonna be where it currently is. We're gonna have the camera more like. I actually would like it more centered. Maybe we should cut this out of these background maps. What happens if we just turn off the background maps? You still see that blue line. Yeah, maybe we should cut out the water. Yeah, the black and white is not working how I thought it would. we got to put in these other two. So this is actually not where we would want this anyways. We'd want it um, more like that almost. Yeah, that's pretty close. This is Idaho over here. Maybe that's two. Can you do a decimal? You can. All right, let's do this other two. I think I'm going to take a quick break though. My right shoulder, I'm so out of shape. My right shoulder actually feels kind of crappy. All right, I'm going to do a quick break. Let me throw up my break timer wherever this button is. Done. And we're going to finish those two today. It shouldn't take me that long now that I've got like the thing down. I'll be right back. Okay, just two more. Just two more. That's all it's gonna be. That's all I gotta do. I'm gonna keep my whatever, my goals. Oregon, where are ya? Oregon PNG open with paint.net. We don't want to have a bunch of counties because if let's say we do a major change to a county, that means we have to go through every county and do an update, which, like we're doing right now. We don't want to do that. All right, Harney. Harney's down there. Let's do Umatilla. I like that name. It's silly. Okay, it looks like a little blob. I don't need the history. Umatilla is kind of a straight line. Let's go back to the thing that we've been doing here. 300. It's a straight line with some little chunks taken out. So it's from here, it looks like, all the way down to here. Yeah, and this has that little weird thing. That looks like Umatilla to me. Let's crop this fucker. Our selection tool. Crop to selection. Let's go back to, well, let's save as. Umatilla, Oregon. Then let's do our magic wall. Let me put OBS back up. Yep, magic wand. Yeah, we're going good here. Let's double check this. I feel like that little thing wasn't there. That was it? No, it's there. That was it. Wow, that was quick. We can just get some of this stuff out of here. I was like, why isn't this working as well? We need to change this shit. Wow, this side looks good. Oh, it's because we cut this is where the edge of Oregon, which I already did. I kind of want to swap over. We have them in in Unity. I want to swap those things to color pictures instead of black and white. They look pretty bad, black and white. Okay, that was surprisingly quick for the 300. Get down to 50 here. Yeah, and then we'll zoom in. Man, this mix is killing it today. It's daytime. It's a daytime in my life. Um, Can't remember what I put in my description for this stream today. I don't know why that popped in my head. Oh, beautification. This is like one step up. Before it was a 1, now we're up to a 2 or 3 maybe. I think we're 3. We're at a 3, a strong 3, maybe a 4 for beautification. I've looked on like Fiverr to see the price of this, and I could hire somebody to do this on Fiverr for pretty inexpensive, but I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like I rather hire a local person, a local artist. if I'm gonna hire somebody, I want to put the money back into the community. Fucking hippie. Sound like a goddamn hippie. I don't know why I care about those little things. We haven't been doing that on the other ones. Um, Gonna have to come back. Whoa, we're gonna have to come back for that. I guess I can just change the size real quick. I bet you there's an easier way to change this size too. There's probably some hotkey. All this crap up here. Did I? No. I thought maybe I accidentally hit something over here, but I did not. We're gonna have this edge of Idaho, Oregon border fucking river. Yeah, this is not perfect. Once again, I did look at Crusader Kings with my friend, and she immediately pointed out that Crusader Kings stuff wasn't perfect either. So that made me feel a little bit better. I'm obviously it's way better than this, but I should probably get in there. No, no, and fix this, but fuck it, right? Like I said, the quality is going to go down as we go along here. But we only have one more of these after this. Then we'll swap out for the color pictures. Get this fucking river out of here. Then we'll be done for the day. Then we'll go back to programming next time. Go back to the actual code. We're in this spot where movement is broken again, but that's because we changed a ton of variables. That I think because we changed these variables, it'll make it easier to also debug the fucking issues we've been having with the movement. The movement isn't that complicated. It's just you click, a timer starts, and then when the timer's done, the thing moves. But for some reason, it's been every time we do anything with it, we run into like 6,000 bugs. I think because there's a lot of variables to it, not variables, but if you right click while it's happening, um, it should cancel it. But even all those, I think that it's the issue was that we just had too much shit going on, and I think the way we reduced those variables last time. Let's magic wand this shit. I don't know what this little dick river is. I don't think we can get it. Oh, we got it. Yeah, my hand's starting to hurt. That used to happen all the time when I was doing those D&D maps. See, this is also a thing, like which line is the line we're supposed to be using here? Close enough, I suppose. See, this river is the line. We'll just cut off that little piece. That might be able to be done with the magic wand too, now that I think about it. Shit, yeah, it is. Can we hit this other thing with the magic wand? All right. Wow, that saved a lot of time. I feel like my brush size is too small right now. We're almost done though. Okay. And I guess we could try to get a little of this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh. Oh, it goes like that though. All right, whatever. One of my girlfriends, one of my ex-girlfriends lives on the Oregon Washington border, and it's just a river, and I guess they drive across the border all the time. It's not a big deal, it's another state, but it's just across this river to go do stuff. It's like the 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 main stuff is in Washington and she's in Oregon, which I mean, like I said, it's not a big deal. It's a bridge. It's defended by a bridge. I don't like this brush size. I know we've been dealing with it forever. I saw that little fuck up, but I'm just leaving it. Like I said, the quality's going to go down. I see a speck. Okay, did we get this side? All right, I think let's save this shit. Uh, I think we got this one already. Yeah, that doesn't look too great. We want magic wand. Select inverse. Crop to selection. All right, we got something here. Is the issue? I was wondering when this would happen. We got like a speck or something that I can't see. Now let's try that again. There we go. All right, saved. Oh, did we name? Oh, whew, we did rename it. Let's plop this fucker into Unity. Didn't mean to click on that. What was this thing called? This was Umatilla. Umatilla, where'd you go? There you are, Umatilla. This looks dramatically different to me in that. Oh, it doesn't look different there, though. Delete that. Find our little Umatilla here. Oh, I haven't heard this song in a long time. Who is this? This is, once again, I wish you guys could. Yeah, that one almost perfectly fit in there as well. That looks pretty good. Oh, we got to do the thing. I don't know why I'm talking about the music. I'm like, what is this song? Like you guys can hear this shit. This one looks massive, but I guess it isn't that massive. It's just a wasteland, so I made it bigger. Like I said, I just like kind of we just needed some counties to work with, and I needed one in a different state because we're going to be using that state for, we're going to group them by state and by county. And I didn't want to go actual counties because it would be too small. This one, we need to go back to the Oregon PNG, not that Oregon PNG. No, I guess it is this one. I know you guys can't see that either. Yeah, I can't move this around. Layers can go, I guess. It's just these three, huh? Easy peasy. There we go. What the fuck was the name of this place? Harney. All right, let's crop this fucker. This one might be quick because we already have two sides. Let's use this guy. Is that really what it's? It is. I was looking at this side. I should have probably changed the whatever. There's no river boundaries. I guess the right has a river boundary. Here we go. We already saved this as Harney. Yeah, I should have done this first. But I actually had a really hard time finding maps with counties, with the actual counties on there. When I was doing this originally, it was like a huge ordeal. And then I was looking, I was just like recently I was randomly, I was like, let's see if there's any like that have some terrain or something in the background. And these ones had the counties, and I was like, God damn it. Let's go down to, I don't know, 100. I think we went to 50 last time. I mean, should I care about those? Blame it on the magic wand, right? Yeah. Speaking of the magic wand, yeah, there's probably hotkeys for all this shit, and I just don't know them. Yeah, that side's already done. This is just a big line. Oh, no, it's not. Who cares? Let's leave that like that. Getting here. We're getting there. I see that I messed up there a little bit. Once again, doesn't matter. All right, let's go down to a smaller brush here. That was 100. 50 is still gonna be too big, probably. Get some of these. Oh, I didn't see that I missed these little. Whoops, I don't know what to call them. Whoops. Yeah, I need a cartographer to tell me about that weirdness with the map. Maybe it's some part of like the import export process. Maybe it's just known that like if you pull a map from one thing, it's never going to match up at all. Like I said though, how do we get anywhere, do any travel? You know, you always hear these stories about like they built the channel, and the channel, they when they got the two ends together, they actually were off and everyone was upset and blah blah blah. Well, if our maps are all fucked up like this, then no wonder that the railroads don't match and whatnot. If I had a steady hand, I could nail this whole thing in one go, but hey, that was okay. 10. We're going to 10. And so when I'm sitting here like doing stuff like this, my mind just starts to travel and I start thinking about all sorts of stuff. Generally, it would make no sense to, you know, I would keep you informed. I was like thinking about my other video game that I was working on and blah blah blah. This looks terrible. We're just gonna go with it. Let's make this a little bit smaller though and get rid of this little edge. Oh, good God. 2 may have been a little small. Close enough. Can't spin forever, especially because this is just temporary. I just couldn't stand it. We started out with just those three squares, and then I couldn't stand the three squares. It was just three squares, and each one was a county. Uh, but then I couldn't stand that after a while, and now we're to the point where I couldn't stand the just the color, the white counties that are, you know, so flat and boring. And the thumbnail thing matters too. Get some new thumbnails. And we are getting close to starting to add other other counties and stuff. I think we're really close to hiring an artist for this part. All right, let's see. So we want to select inverse selection, crop to selection. Oh, we got something over here. Maybe up there. I mean, we don't have to do this, but I would like to not have a filthy sprite. Okay, save, magic wand. So you can tell that what's going on here? Uh, Quality has gone down because otherwise, you know, on the original ones we didn't have that issue. Okay, that looks good. We don't need this open anymore. This is Harney. Is that what this is? It is. It's Harney. Harney, where beeth you on my other screen? There you are. Harney, feel free to turn on here and 0.5, 0.50. This one it didn't work out as quite as good. It was close. Okay, let's save that shit, and then let's hit play once and maximize, and we'll take a look here. But I think what we're gonna want to do is change the black and white ones to color ones, even with the camera where it's at. No, I changed my mind. We don't want to do that. Not yet. It kind of, you can tell. Wow, that was slow. Oh, I don't think I changed the Portland. Yeah, because I'm clicking right here and I'm not hitting anything. I don't think I've changed the Portland, whatchamacallit. I didn't. Oh, that little guy. Uh, it could look better with that. Well, let's see. It definitely looks much more like a video game. The problem with these lines, though, is that it looks like you can select these different things. Oh, this one's got the problem too. Did I not do that for Harney? Same thing. I thought I did that, but I guess not. It's checking now. Cowlitz, how are you looking? All right. Yeah, it does. It does look like you can select, and that wasn't something I thought would happen. That you can select these individual things when it's just these. I mean, it still looks like 5,000 times better than it did before. Okay, not 5,000 times. Let's see what it looks like now with these things in color. Whoops. Oh, did we not put in a? Oh, we did. We just, this is a stupid fucking name. All right, let's see how this looks. Even with Idaho all fucked up. I think that looks better. Even better. You can definitely see that there's fucked up lines here. We should maybe be able to squish that together closer. It's also hard to tell that one of the things we're gonna have to also do is have a layer that is the border, because it's hard to tell where the borders are, especially because we own, like in this game, we own both of these, um, and that's why they're the same color. Oh yeah, so with these lines, it's gonna make it even more. We're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do the borders then. I kind of fucked around with them a little bit, and it looked terrible. So I think we're gonna have to do, basically you move each piece and make them whatever. You make it black, and then you move each piece in the each direction. So up, down, left, and right, and it makes them have a border. And we can do that in Unity. Yeah, so like this is what I was trying to do, is where this you could see the river here. So some of this kind of worked out. I think this looks a lot better. It would be a bummer if we got to this point and it was like, no, this looks like shit. No, I think this looks a lot better. Oh, I didn't look at the ocean. This line's gonna suck. Oh, we can't see that line. The ocean looks better too. Yeah, that looks way better, I think. Even with the color, they're different colors. The background maps. This is pretty fucking ugly. This doesn't work. It just freaks out. But I was still freaking out. Um, yes, that's a definite improvement than what we had. Way better. I think this looks way, way, way better. In fact, I think maybe the end game might, not. So this is what I was talking about. I don't think we want like this level of detail for this mountain chain right here, but I think we do want the terrain here, and like this is all forest to a point. The coast is very much foresty in real life. What just dawned on me is there's no way to get rid of the county info thing. Once it's up, there's always got to be something. Huh. Well, you probably want to deal with that. But so this would be maybe some drawings of like not trees, but like some sort of terrain thing, and like a simplified version of this. The rivers are kind of cool. I don't like these lines now. I didn't think I'd dislike them this much, but I do not like those lines. Honestly, though, the mountains kind of look cool. And we do have, real life information. This isn't a fantasy world. We do have real life information on all this stuff. Huh. I was kind of curious to try to do one of the things I was thinking about was to try to set this up so that it would pull the information directly from the internet when you ran the game. So you could say, I want to play this game in uh, Italy, and it would pull all of Italy in, and it would populate all this stuff because there are some games that do that. Um, it would be kind of interesting. Oh, this is busted too. Well, Muster Army should be busted, but this should be. Oh no, I guess it shouldn't be there. Yeah, yeah. We got some problems, but we knew that those are there. Yeah, but that's it for me today. Let me save this and close this, and we'll push this code. My code isn't even open. It's kind of a nice break from the standard shit of me just banging away, having issues. I guess it's not always having issues. We're gonna push this. The other issue is trying to find copy-free right or copyright-free stuff. There's a lot available, but there's a whole different skill set that you need for that. Okay, so we got all of these. Look at these things. It makes it look like we did so much work. Rebuild info storage. We'll just leave this on in there. Uh, Basic beautification of the 7 counties. We'll commit all. Man, this thing's running slow. I hope my voice hasn't been all fucked up. Oh, it's this thing. So I'm paying for Copilot now, and one of the most annoying parts of Copilot is that when you first load up Visual Studio, it fucking lags everything out for a good 30 seconds. And you wouldn't think that that would be a big deal, but holy shit, man. I don't know how many times I've tried to do stuff, and I'm like, why is my computer fucked? And it's just this Copilot thing down here fucking getting its shit agent started, telemetry initialized. Like, what the fuck, man? Fuck you. We got some objects being written. Come on. They aren't that big. They aren't big at all. Oh, Douglas. Wonder why. Oh, okay. I guess they're a little bit big. They are kind of big. A little bit. Huh. All right. Well, that is it for me today. Thank you for joining me. I will talk to you guys next time.